Hey contractors, do you ever wonder what your team is doing all day long? They are so busy and they have so much to do, but yet you wonder really what they're actually doing or what they're accomplishing, because from your perspective, nothing's really getting done, and the things that you think should be getting done are not getting done. Somehow they're busy and you're paying them, but there's nothing to show for it. What would happen if you could actually maximize your employees, and instead of doing 3 projects a month, you could do 6 projects a month and you didn't add to your overhead at all? Give me the next 5 minutes and I'm going to go over 3 strategies on how to maximize your employees and help them to be efficient and productive in what they do, so that way your bottom line can increase and your team can actually be a successful part of your business instead of a drain on your bank account. Hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm Liz Chisholm, and I help contractors just like yourself grow their business and organize all their structures and systems so that way it becomes a profitable enterprise. Like I said, in this video, I'm going to go over 3 strategies that are going to help you get more out of your employees. This means that you're paying them 40 hours and you're actually getting 40 hours worth of work done instead of paying them 40 hours and only getting what you feel like is 15 to 20 hours of work. The first thing that you need to do is identify their responsibilities. You don't want to just identify all the tasks that they do. I do this and this and this and this and this, but what is the theme? What is the overarching goals, or what is the responsibilities that they need to take ownership of? The first thing that you can do is to create an organization chart and see who's responsible for what and who's reporting to who. When you really see that overall picture, and it doesn't have to be anything complicated, you can really understand where there's gaps and where there's overlap, and you can start allocating responsibilities differently to make sure that everything is covered, nothing is duplicated, and your team is taking ownership of their responsibilities. The next area to maximize your team is to measure their results. So you can't measure tasks. You can't measure a lot of little things that they're doing. You can't measure all the stuff that they're doing that's filling up their time. You have to measure results. You have to measure what the outcome is. If they do A and then B and then C, what is the result of that? If there is no result, that means they're just being busy without actually producing any business. And so when you can actually identify what are the KPIs, or what are the key performance indicators, what are the things that we need to measure, and sometimes it's just 1 or 2 things that you need to measure. You don't need to measure 10 things per employee. A couple of things is just enough for them to really understand what is my priorities, what do I need to focus on, and what am I being measured against. If you really make sure that's clear, then your employees can shine, and it means that they're all focusing on the things that are going to move the business versus the busyness that just collects them a paycheck at the end of the day and your bank account's drained. And the third way to maximize your employees is to see the structure of their responsibilities and help them put in time blocks or a cadence or a rhythm each week, so that they're not just bouncing back and forth between a lot of things, but there's a rhythm, there's a cadence, there's things that are happening. One idea is to put all the meetings onto one day, because it's much easier to be in a meeting mindset and go from meeting to meeting to meeting, and then use the rest of the week to actually do the work that was discussed during the meeting. It's really difficult to have a meeting this day and then something else this day, and you're kind of bouncing back and forth between everything. Another idea in this is to really understand, when do your employees shine? Do they really focus in the morning? Are they morning people, or are they more afternoon people? Like, they need to hit that afternoon lunch, they need to get that coffee in them, and then they are golden for the next couple of hours. Like, when is their time that they can really shine? And then make sure that that time is blocked out for the things that are the most important on their priority list. And so when you start strategizing how the structure of their responsibilities are, and really create that rhythm or that cadence in their daily activities, they'll actually get a lot more done versus constantly changing tasks and constantly being interrupted and constantly kind of moving from different things to different things and not really being able to focus on the things that they need to focus on. So these 3 areas are ways that you can maximize your team and really grow your business without growing your overhead. I hope this video is helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.